Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the NADCL. The fifth season is upon us. Actually, is it the sixth? Samson or sixth? What is it? Help me out here.
Six.
I'm dumb as hell. Of course, I am going to be your host for tonight. My name is Dodai. I'm joined by the lovely Samson, and we've got a guest somewhere around here. His name is Faker is Dad, and it kind of, I mean, he looks to be invading from the other MOBA, which we do not like. But the owner of Cope Dow, of course. How are you, my man, tonight?
Yep, I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Yeah, absolutely wonderful. As yeah, your team is doing quite well, I must say. Sitting on top of the group stage, along with Legion Dinos and Sporkface Killers. Your boys, are they ready for tonight? Some tough matches going on.
Well, we did have someone sort of back out at the very last minute, which is quite fun. But yeah, our position one, he's not available right now, so we'll see how they fare tonight. We're pulling up our guy from D2, so we got Slim in there tonight.
But yeah, overall, tell me about like the owner's process overall. Like, yeah, most of us are just players or casters or just
Sure.
helping out building the company. How did you get in to NADCL, and what was the pull for you personally?
It was honestly such a roundabout way. As you can tell probably by my profile picture here, we sort of come from the realm of NFTs, which we had an immediate in with PPD. And in all honesty, I would spend hours on end talking to him, just in voice chats in Discord. I had no clue who he was, for like a really quite a long time, until he followed me on Twitter, and I was like, oh crap. So yeah, that was a fun realization. And then I've kind of just stayed in contact with him for a super long time. He's actually a member of the DAO, so he has a NFT with the trait that um, allows us to have this team here. Um, and yeah, so just friendship through that, and figured out about this, and thought maybe I could take my passion for MOBAs and translate it.
Yeah, and you did admit off screen you don't really have much knowledge of Dota in general. Seems like you are a fan of League of Legends, obviously. How do you think? How do you see the game? Like, all you're just checking the end match scores, or are you just trying to learn about it, or are you just really enjoying the carnage and the chaos? And being number one is just awesome, obviously. But other than that,
I'm desperate to be an active participant. So even if it is to the annoyance of my players, I'm there every single time that they're chatting. I'll like pop in and just listen, just for what they're looking for in drafts and things like that. Learning terminologies like blink dagger and BKB, and realizing that everyone here also has an internal metronome. But everything in here, all the stuff in League that we have is in items here, and then all the stuff that you guys have as abilities are items in League. So it's really funny, the inverse reaction of those things.
yeah, not everyone has flash, and things are weird.
And
But
Flash
yeah,
is like 2-minute cooldown. Here you have a blink dagger on 25 seconds. What?
I got a question. So speaking of like listening in on your team,
Sure.
can you tell us more? Like I think we all know Flea, but can you tell us more about other people on your team?
Sure. The team dynamic's really fun. We had to swap out a member of our team. He just wasn't being an active participant with us. He wasn't joining voice groups and stuff like that. So we actually swapped someone named Nicola into our line, and he seems to be fitting in quite well. But you know, it really seems like Flea's definitely the loudest voice in the room. But our mid laner, he's really that voice of reason. So it's quite cool because everyone was concerned when we drafted our position one, because he got warned twice, I believe, early on. In what's it called? In play-ins.
the combine, yeah.
Combine, thank
Mhm.
you, I appreciate that. And so he's apparently one morning away from just being gone. But we're towing that line really well, and I think that we have not just one but two genuine leaders in the squad. So it's really helpful to have not just the loud voice but the voice of reason to help tone everything down properly.
Gotcha. And speaking of your carry, what was your reaction to last night's game? Like those were insane
Once I
kill
figured out
record.
yeah, once I figured out what was happening, then I was amazed. Um, and yeah, I had a crash course on the item that he bought afterwards, after like his biggest play. And I was a
Mhm.
little bit freaked out about Divine Rapier after that fact. But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I popped into chat after the fact, and you know they were talking about some plays that didn't go well, which is you know kind of amazing because you know when you go 5-1 on the night because we had 3 series yesterday. When you
Mhm.
go 5-1 on the night, you would think it'd be euphoric, but in actuality, they were going back over plays and doing micros and figuring out how they could have you know elevated something or something that didn't necessarily come off and how they could have tweaked it to make it better.
There's always room to improve, of course, in Dota. Sorry about that.
Absolutely.
But yeah, it is what it is, and we're really happy to have you, of course, filling out one of the 12 slots here at NADCL Season 6. But in all obviousness, I think you looking into this new realm of gaming and the fact that we are creating something of a changed mind. Um, do you think this can go bigger, or should it go bigger, or should there something be of? Do you have any complaints? Basically, is what I'm looking for.
The NADCL.
Yeah, in NDCL or in Dota in general, like if there is something of a
Sure.
general concern as
I
an
think.
outsider, so to say. You know, you're just
Sure.
coming in, sweeping us over, putting ourselves on your lap and just smacking everyone back and forth.
No, I think that the game itself has its quirks. You know, time to kill being probably about 3 times longer than League of Legends. You know, when you see someone get deleted in this game, it's a genuine spectacle. Whereas in League of Legends, that's just mid lane. Um, so yeah, so that there's like you know those different aspects of the game itself. But in terms of the NADCL, you know, sure it has its growing pains, and we're also trying to coordinate so many people. It's honestly a Herculean effort to even try to make this happen, just logistically. So that being said, I think that it's going as good as it can with so many human elements stacked on top of one another. So I mean, you know, maybe larger team, a little bit more time spent on coordination, maybe even letting some of the players in on some of those decisions to try and make it as hospitable for them as possible. You know, I think with small changes here and there, you might be able to really improve all around.
Yeah, absolutely. We're gonna try and do our best as much as possible. Obviously, we are slowly about to have a draft, but before I let you go, Faker, Tamsin, any more questions? Help me out here.
And nothing.
Oh, you got nothing? Damn. It's kind of hard. I mean,
Well,
honestly,
I
I'd be
think
looking at this jug all night, but we might need
I'm
to leave it up over to the panel and get ourselves ready for game number one, which will be, by the way, good old Fryboys versus Little Nouns. Well, yeah, Faker, if you want to promote something or if you want to talk about one more thing, this is absolutely the time for that. Your
Sure.
NFT, maybe,
Sure.
actually.
Yeah, so we're an NFT on Solana. So if anyone, you know, wants to dabble in Solana, it's pretty cheap in comparison to the one that most people know about. But famousfoxes.com, that's where we're at. Come take a look at all of our stuff. You know, the cope is a trait that goes along with it. You guys can't see my sweatshirt right now, but I came dressed out, but we couldn't get my video to work. So
Sadly.
and then I guess just as a sign off, I look forward to winning this. I don't think that we're going to, you know, have that much trouble. And I do think that the league kind of needs a shit talker. And if I have to be that bad guy, I will.
Oh,
I know you.
joining
Yeah,
the wanted list after Eagle. Okay,
sure.
that's ballsy.
Sure. Well,
I'll
I
take
don't
it.
I think I'm you know, a little bit more eloquently spoken than Eagle perhaps. But you know, we've got pretty with Yodi, but I'll be shitty over here. So
Ooh. Oh, damn. Well, I guess our main host is gonna be have some things to say about that one. But of course, it looks like we still have a bit of time to fill. Tell me a little bit. Besides League of Legends, any things you mostly play with, or possibly is there a game you are mostly interested in, or how did you get into gaming in general? Like, what's your story behind?
Oh yeah. I mean, as an early '90s born individual who turns 30 this year, I'm fucking scared. Gaming just sort of came up with me, so it was pretty obvious how that trajectory was able to meet with me. So it started with Call of Duty and first person shooters, like most folks, right? My full fascination. But then I got into MOBAs in like 2013, something like that, when I tried pretty much everyone that was available. Um, and yeah, I mean, the competitive spirit is what's always brought me to any of this. And that's why I kind of love the aspects of this and like even just owning a team. Just because the competition is what I look for. I played pre-Olympic soccer. I didn't get chosen, so that fire kind of stayed in me for not being able to represent my country playing soccer. So I guess I'm sticking with that fire in my belly and keeping it rolling forward.
Well, yeah, Faker, thanks for coming on. We'd love to see you guys win this. We'd love to see any of the teams obviously win this. We're the casters. We're just talent. But yeah, for owners to come up and we love to have you. And honestly, yeah, just a great time overall. And we hope to have you back next season as well.
Absolutely, looking forward to it.
I think we should start figuring out what our matchup is going to be. Uh, I'm more than curious to see as we transition into our other panels. Samson, what is our match going to be tonight? Remind me, my friend. My memory is short.
You wanted the matchup for tonight?
Yeah, so it's going to be Fryboys versus Little Nouns, I believe,
Yeah.
on our main stream. We also have a lot of matches simultaneously going on with 12 teams on the line, obviously.
I'm looking for.
I can tell you what I have on the list, by the way. So I have Astro versus Yodi Brody Nexus. I have Cupdow versus the Honored Vanguard. Dinos versus Sporkface. Little Nouns versus Fryboys, which we're going to be featuring. Obviously, Pronouns versus Bullish on Gaming. And Continuum versus the Chompix Boys. As actually, I'm very curious to see if we can get Chompix over here. He is adamant about casting all of his team's streams, and I'm jaded. I wanted to be the first caster, by the way, to be making a team, but sadly enough, Chompix beat me to it. But overall, by the
I
way,
believe
so
Yodi
yeah.
Brody is the first caster to have a team.
That's not true. He wasn't casting last season, so no,
There's
it's not fair.
footage. There's tournaments.
Well, yeah, overall, we are gonna have our bit of a draft. Lil Nouns versus the Fryboys. As at the same time, tell me a little bit about these teams. Who are we thinking has the higher chance? Of course, in placements right now, with a few days gone by, Fryboys I believe is a little higher than Little
Yes.
Nouns,
They're
obviously.
8-4 on Fryboys and 3-9 on Lil Nouns.
Yeah,
The
Lil
heroes.
Nouns looking a little low, obviously. But 3-9 and Fryboys with 8-4. I'm having a bit of trouble hearing Samson. I don't know if you can change that.
Test.
Test. Yeah, you're a bit quiet for me, but I think we can manage with that.
Seems like Fryboys have had a lot of stand-ins. There's a lot of different players on their stats page.
But yeah, speaking of nouns, we gotta put on our fake noggles. Of course, if anyone wants to support us and help me have some more noggles, that would be pretty nice. But at the same time, I gotta block out the draft. It's way too bright for me. As we start off with the Nature's Prophet on Little Nouns' side, the early smoke up and the early teleportation out onto the middle of the map, getting those early observers down. is technically a thing. Why am I seeing Batrider on Fryboys, FYI?
Already? Wow.
Already this early into the draft. Why? Why is this a thing?
Yeah, I guess Ice Dancer has 3 games of Batrider. They have a few Batrider players on their teams. They picked it a lot.
Well, I think with the Abaddon ban, it is kind of warranted to go for the hero. Although, what else could actually clear off that lasso very, very quickly? I do believe Oracle would be one of them, or Omni, but neither of them are really popular, are they?
Oracle or Omni. Oracle has a pretty high win rate on the stats page, but no, he's not very popular. And funny, on the stats page, Abaddon has been banned against Lil Nouns 7 times, and they have won every single game. It's been banned. So I guess this Fryboys have won every single game that Abaddon has been banned against them. So they got this Batrider pick ready.
Yeah, makes sense. Going in with the Clockwork as well. I don't know what it locks down so far. Viper to counter the Cogs, though. I'm pretty okay with that one. Off lane or mid lane? What's the tendency here?
For the Viper?
Yeah.
Yesterday we were seeing so many just Tusk plus range hero lanes that were absolutely destroying every single game. Like, no contest. Tusk plus ranged hero would win every time. So I'm thinking Tusk plus Viper for sure.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense. As with the Chronomancer and the Naga band, it looks like Little Nouns have been prepping. But yeah, Ion Shell gone. Whoa. Darkseer band. Now that's one we don't really see.
Probably going to pick their offlaner on Fryboys, maybe their carry. Maybe you pick something that would be fine against the Viper.
Straight up Viper counters in this meta?
They just go for the Brewmaster.
Brew. Okay, I like it. Damn, it's right there, actually. Lena carry, that I'm guessing, is what we're leaning towards. Or are you
How does that do against the Viper? I wonder if that could destroy the Viper.
That's what I'm saying. Is that what we're leaning towards, or is it there like a straight up Viper counter?
I don't know, though. The Tusk just going in on you would not feel good. I think that's still a mid.
The musical chair lane is just not a thing anymore, right? So like switching so you get the favorable outcome is just not really a thing. Even though we have twin gates, now that it even costs mana, is just a pain in the ass to just switch lanes back and forth, isn't it?
Yeah, one of the biggest lane switches I've seen recently is like one playing mid and then your mid going into the safe lane, or something like that.
Yeah, Meepo's just walking out of their mid lane, knowing full well that they lose the matchup, moving over to the sides, and then just, yeeting as fast as possible.
The Sven, oh yeah. When Sven and Brewmaster were both just in the meta, you'd get the Sven to just cleave down all the Brewmaster ultis.
Brewlings. Pandas.
Brewlings. Yes.
Which should not be a thing because pandas are endangered. Or actually, they're not anymore. WWF did make a statement a few years ago that they're not endangered anymore. They're just rare or something like that. I don't know. I don't read the news. I just skim it.
You got that out of it.
At least, there's just something you need to do on the bathroom or during having the bagel in the morning, overall. It's just a fun and grand old time, but we get the Ember ban as well. Are we reading Pangolier for Lil Nouns here?
Oh, it is fun. The Pango plus Tusk. You just bounce around in the shards.
That's what I mean.
Yeah, I could see that.
And also, you just jump into the cogs of the shield crash, and then you just go bingo.
It is. I think it is a little bad against the Batrider, though. Like getting lassoed with the
with the rolling thunder. Yeah.
But I mean, it's a Pango.
You can still get saved by the Tusk, you know? Actually, I don't know if you can put the Rolling Thunder into the Snowball. Well, if it's an ally. If you could, that would be busted. But
Oh,
I've
shit.
not tested that interaction yet. But I would laugh my ass off if someone would do that.
The
You know,
Huskar. He has played this before, but they lost the
ooh,
previous game.
okay.
And it is a
It's kind of dangerous against the Lena. And also, you just mentioned, of course, the lasso
yeah,
being
the
a
last
thing. Although I did mention that you can just save it with the snowball. Overall, it feels like a ballsier pick. I'm not gonna lie.
for sure.
Yeah, with the storm being banned, straight up counter to the Huskar. I think Little Nouns have the best one in the bag for themselves.
So probably gonna choose a carry. I don't know.
Let's see what it's gonna be.
Hmm.
I mean, 30 seconds on the clock. It's not much for them. Yeah, our reserve time clock is not working currently in the overlay, but we'll keep you updated, obviously. So 20 seconds for Fryboys. I'm not seeing the good pick here, Samson.
So he's played a lot of TA. Is that banned?
It's not even that great against the Husk.
Yeah,
I wouldn't go for it.
no TA. He's played 2 games of Spectre. Oh, and they just go for the.
Womp.
So he has played Lena carry before.
A lot of stuns. So Rem is indeed gonna take the Lena, and Jed will take the Queen of Pain onto the mid lane. I have trouble deterring from Little Nouns actually in this game. I was a Fryboy supporter last season. Shout out to Hat Lord, by the way. But I'm leaning towards Noun for this first one.
I'm agreeing with you. I don't think the Lena is happy against the Viper Tusk lane. You just get sharded real good. You're dead.
And yeah, and then you just get Wiper Strike. But with that close off, I think we are ready to throw it to our casters. Yodi, Brody, and Malibu Jesus are waiting for this game number 1 to just about start. Well, boys, take it away.
Thank you, Doty and Samson. Great breakdown, guys. It seems like you guys were on Little Noun side for that. We did talk about maybe Pandas were extinct. Now they're not. Malibu, what do you see going into this? Are the Pandas endangered or are they safe for this one?
I think Fryboys have a recipe for success ahead of them. This is a team, they are right on the cusp of that tie, that 3-way tie for first place, and they are looking to punch their way to the top of the upper bracket here. I mean, Lena probably going to have a little bit difficult of a laning stage against the combination of Viper Tusk, but this is a hero that can flash farm extremely well, and you are going to have a ton of space when you have a Brewmaster, a Clockwork, and a Quap running around the map just getting kills for you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't agree more. I think something that came up yesterday quite a lot as well is this the way that this Tusk in the lane with a ranged hero with the tag team just seems to be like so strong. What is it about those, like that kind of setup that is strong in the lane?
I mean, it's just a ton of extra damage. You get a lot of reach. With this Viper hero, honestly, you're going to get a good bit of slow, a little bit of damage over time before the Tusk even gets in range, and you're just going to get a ton of value out of that tag team. Sometimes if you have a double melee off lane, you're not really going to get all of your hits in on that tag team. You get juked in the tree line, or maybe you get kited, blocked by the creep wave. It's tough to get all of those hits onto that timer, but you're able to hit from afar with that Viper Tusk combo and make the most out of it.
Yeah, moving into this mid lane as well. I mean, Huskar, generally is this hero that just kind of dominates the mid lane. Is Quap someone that can kind of contest him?
Yeah, it can be difficult. Jed's a great mid laner, though. I think he's probably played this matchup before, so he knows what to expect. But we know Son of Bun getting a good creep block off here. almost as
Absolutely.
good as Jed's. Disarm quite strong with Huskar's inner fire, but Jed not quite getting that. Yeah, okay, they're meeting in a good spot here. Gets the last hit onto that range creep. He's going to take the Scream of Pain first, just to secure that range early on.
Yeah, definitely a good start. I feel like Huskar, especially when he gets like 2 levels in the Berserker split, it's just like almost impossible to do anything to this guy though.
Yeah. Oh
As
my
we
god.
find a kill already.
Yeah,
That they bring 3 people up here, man. What an amazing start. 50 seconds in. What can you ask for? Fryboys right on the board too. Maybe they heard what the panelists had to say, trying to put us on the map.
yeah,
What is it
that is.
about this 3-man rotation early? Like you just get away with it. You send back to duo lanes after the first kill.
Yeah, that's how you play into a powerful lane, such as that Viper Tusk. You know, you can't beat them 2-on-2, so hopefully to get that early gold XP advantage, you throw an extra body in the top lane and just tell your Brewmaster, hey, play it safe for the first 30, 45 seconds. We're going to kill top, and you'll have your support in lane. I mean, with that, Lena's already level 2. She's close to her Falcon Blade.
Yeah.
And
Blade's
Sudeep is having to
attack,
play
too.
on the back foot already, yeah.
Yeah, definitely the advantage maybe they needed in such a tough lane. It's definitely interesting. Jed seems like he's getting a lot at the mid lane as well.
Oh, yeah. Courier kill for Mr. Steal Your Rune, kind of nice. Oh, my God, 2. I hope... Oh. So
The double courier.
Yeah, good bit of regen on there for the Lena. Unfortunately, only has 1 tango left, but Clockwork gonna have 2 to share.
Is this the lane you think we need to watch out for the most? You think this Lena like is just gonna be in danger the whole laning phase?
Yeah, level 2 is gonna be a big power spike for this Tuskar. So, I mean, right now it's kind of dangerous.
They've got a rotation. They're up top. They've got the right clicks. The Sprout does miss. He tries to put the LSA down, but Lena will fall to the toxic. I guess the poison from the Viper. They get the return kill.
Jed getting that kill with help of LGTK. Timely rotation.
What a start to a game, man.
Yeah, 2-1. 3 kills before 3 minutes. We like to see this pace, this tempo. But I think it's going to be even more dangerous for the Lena. Like just the possibility of the Nature's Prophet rotation all the time. I mean, he's still present in this top lane. And Rim too far forward here. Gets hit by the shards, but Sudi making a little bit of space. Mr. Steal Your Rune is on top of Rim, and they are just charging forward. Empyrean looking to get the Sprout.
Got the snowball.
The snowball going to bring all 3 heroes forward. Blocking
Sprout
off any
holding them in place.
Yeah, and Rim is going to whittle down.
They just bring the rotations. They bring everyone here, and Lena's just, like you said, a little bit too far forward. I mean, there's just no way out of that. He lands 2 LSAs, trying to get himself back away from danger. And I mean, we're 3 minutes in. We're already at the point where we can play by play some of these calls. I mean, this game is exciting. What a start to a game so far.
Absolutely, and Rim uses TP to get back to lane. Has to buy a smoke at his seat to get that extra move speed buff, get him back to lane in hopes of getting any kind of farm at all. But Falcon Blade is completed, so not in the worst spot.
What do you see looking at this game, like kind of going late? Like you got the Sven on one side, you got the Lena on the other. Do you have a preference on which team can kind of just carry this at the end?
If Sven hits, like usually as a Sven, you want to get like 3 items by the time your opponent has 2. And if you can just get that timing and fight and stay ahead and get these towers, you can kind of see some success. Probably not a lot of stacking going to be going on for the Sven. If you can get a triple stack on the Ancient Camp by the time you get God Strength, that's usually pretty juicy.
Oh, they're going on him on top again. They've got the teleportation. The LSA landing onto 2. This guy is landing everything, but unfortunately just does not have the help. 3 heroes is enough, and now they're following Yan Burra. He's under the tower, but he's stuck inside the ice, and it's a double kill for Sudeep.
Yeah, your safe lane's over at this point. You should, like earlier, you probably want to rotate the bat or just realize that the safe lane is lost and try to get your Lena somewhere safe. But LGTK moving to this mid lane, hoping to get another kill on Sundabun.
Yeah, they got to slow this guy down for sure. I mean, he just CP's out. They brought everyone. Can they
Gonna get the stun.
There it is. And they've got the kill, and it goes to Jed.
All right.
Jed has had such a tough time here the last minute or two.
A little ray of sunshine, though. Empyrean.
Absolutely.
TP in there. So he's not going to be able to TP top until Sprout's back off cooldown. But Steal Your Runes got TP available on the Tuskar. And Viper, close to level 5, has boots.
Down bottom. He's going to TP out. TP's the tower, though.
Yeah. Really heads up play from our Sven here. Knows that he has plenty of regen available with the stick and the Lotus. There's no real reason for him to go back to base. But he does have to play a little cautiously with no supports around.
Absolutely, and that 7-minute timing. 7 minutes is coming up. I love this like mad dash to see who's like going to be at these runes. So to see who makes the plays. In the river.
He does have the ult available.
Jed saves him? No, he does fall. Yambura falls. And it's a killing spree for Jed.
1 for 1, and Sunlabon is not in too much danger here. Ult already used, but Jed's going to get another. Just racking him up.
LGCK is taking a lot of damage. They're trying to get the kill onto Oscar, but he overplayed his cards there. Take him down. Another kill for the Oscar.
Yeah, now Huskar level 6 after that kill. Holding on to the skill point. Could take it. Yep, we see a life break picked up. Jed needs to be aware of this. He's going to be able to blink out. You know, Huskar, no taunt until he has the Aghanim Scepter. So it's
not like they wanted to go play top again. There you got the snowball. He's gone in. His Sprout was there, but he was able to cut himself through. He's got the LSA. He's trying to get the kill. He got it off into the Nature's Prophet, but the Tusk is just on top of him. Maybe they're able to get the return. Kill onto Viper. Does throw out the Viper Strike. He's broken on Clockwork. Gets the kill before he goes. But it's a dominating streak for this Viper.
You know, dominating streak. Picked up. Definitely not how you want that top lane to go, but LGTK with that kill gets level 6, so we might see a little return action coming out at the bullies of the Nouns Esports lineup.
It does feel like they're bullies, though. I mean, these lanes feel like they just want to, dive the towers. They want to get the kills early. Is the game plan for Fryboys just to kind of survive like this onslaught?
Yeah, Jed's had a pretty decent early game considering that he's going against the Huskar. And your Brew has Primal Split available. I could see a big tower push come in maybe with a 10-minute cart timing. Or they're looking to play around this Amplify Damage rune picked up.
Oh, he popped the DD rune. He's chasing down Empyrean over in the mid lane. They're running right into the triangle with the double damage as well as everything on the floor. They're able to get the kill on Empyrean. The Tusk does get the snowball off, but he's alone. And they'll be able to get 2 kills here.
Amazing job of spacing out that Huskar, just preventing him from joining the fight at all.
Absolutely. I mean, Jed, he popped that DD rune immediately. It seems like they have the same kind of aggression on their side.
Yeah, they knew the play they wanted to make. Everyone's going to be kind of in the vicinity for that 8-minute power rune after we saw the brawl that happened at 6 minutes for that region that spawned. Yenbura is going to have Hook available, looking to connect on Sunlabon.
They're running down this Huskar.
They still have Hook.
He was 100 gold off of his item as well.
Yeah, dying before that item timing is never good. And Yenbura still has Hook available. LGTK leading the charge there. And
they're diving tier 2s. These guys, they want the win. These are both serious teams.
Yeah, they're testing the limits of their heroes for sure. But I mean, Fryboys, they needed this aggression centered on a lane where they could kind of get away from the Lina and draw heroes away from her. Rim getting a bit of recovery at 58 last hits. He's only a few behind the Sven, behind his own Brewmaster, but he's well on his way to a full Maelstrom, having one of the components finished already with the Javelin.
Yep, and we've got the armlet flying out for this Huskar as well, so see if they're looking to make a play here. I mean, at what point do you get a little bit more active with this Huskar?
I mean, around the armlet timing, around the catapult timing, you could expect to see them with 6 minutes, or the 10-minute catapults coming out. but they don't really
Down
have
in the
much
middle lane,
time.
they actually jump the Huskar again. He disarms all 3 of them, so now they're just in the area, but the hook shot lands, and they do have enough damage to get the kill. Wicked 6 kill streak for the Quap, and Tusk will not be able to land anything to kill off the Quap before he's able to get away, but they've got a teleportation. It's not over yet. Empyrean, he's on the other side, surrounded by 3 Fryboys, and he will fall as well.
Yeah, ambitious to say the least. The move from Empyrean there, but my biggest concern with that Huskar timing of the armlet is that you don't have 6 on either of your support duo. So you don't have Walrus Punch, you don't have the burst damage that comes out from Wrath of Nature available, and these are 2 very high value spells that are going to help you secure a kill on a slippery target, like the Queen of Pain, like the Brewmaster or the Bat, but just not available to Nouns yet.
Well, the Huskar, he was dove a couple times in mid. He's opted to go top. We'll have to see if this changes the dynamic of how these teams play, but it seemed like we were watching a replay over and over almost.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, Sudeep's had some great farm, a lot of kills. He's got the Mage Slayer finished, so I really, really agree with this move to move the Viper to the mid lane. But they're not going to be able to pressure this tower with their catapult, unfortunately. Just the support duo of Fryboys are operating at the beck and call of Jed. He's saying, guys, I need to have a good game for our Lina to have a good game. So just play with me. Make sure we secure this mid lane, this mid area.
Yep, they're getting some stacks as well for the Lina. They're still able to kind of hold this triangle. But I don't know. Everything seems like it's funneling through the mid lane. I mean, both carriers are farming the side lanes, and there's just almost like this standoff in the mid lane. I'm curious who's going to make the first move.
Yeah, I expected to see it at the 10 minutes, but Nouns just didn't commit when their wave went high ground. So I think we're just going to see a stalemate again until probably 15 minutes or until either side makes a move for the carry.
Yeah.
As I say that, Fryboys 3-man smoke going by.
They found Sven, right? The rocket flare showing where he is.
Yeah, but also
maybe this is just a tower, right?
Yeah, I think you're looking to force the issue and try to force a fight with Zor's Brule or take the tower. But the drawback of the rocket flare, it shows the angle that you fire it from. So if you shoot it too late and you're on your approach, the enemy carry is going to know, I should probably just not be greedy and go farm another spot of the map.
Yeah, as you say that, he sends a rocket flare and they circle the area, but they're actually walking high ground with no vision. Neither of these teams really seem too afraid of anything. So, man, there's just pings everywhere. This stalemate like almost has me in awe. Like I'm really excited to see who makes the first initiation. It seems like Clockwork wants to do it. He's got hook shot.
Well, he knows that LGTK has the Blink Dagger available for the follow-up. So if they could isolate the Huskar here, they could see some success. They do have to be ready for the snowball save on the Tusk.
Yeah,
and I think that's kind of what they're communicating about, saying, "Hey, we got to make some space, make sure that he can't get in there to snowball." They know that it's better to just not engage than take the risk and lose.
Well, while we're in the stalemate, have you been able to catch many of the games of these two teams? You got any player insight for us?
A lot of the players on Fryboys been playing in the league for a couple seasons now, so they've got experience playing with other players, whether it's on the same team or against each other. So that familiarity is already existing. There's a baseline for it. So I think just that, coupled with the skill of the players, has been the baseline of success for Fryboys.
Yeah, I mean they're like top. I didn't see the standings today, but I mean they're one of the top teams this season.
Yeah, they're just outside of just outside of that top 3 tie.
Yeah,
got to put some respect on.
Got to put some respect, especially on Hatlord, man.
He knows how to draft them, that's for sure.
Well,
we had a decent Div 2 team last season, and LGTK with the blink forward, but he gets a creep. Oh,
you hate to see it.
A little bit of a misplay coming out, but some good spirited tipping coming out from his teammates, saying, "Hey man, you know what's all right. Take my 50 shards."
Oh man, You tip your own teammate. I mean, all you can do is laugh in comms. I mean, there's nothing you can really say about it.
Right.
Happens to the best of them.
90-second cooldown on your position 4. It's not the end of the world. You've still got all your other big spells available.
Yeah, it does put us back in the stalemate though. So let's take a look. Let's see what people are looking to buy. I mean, it looks like both teams are trying to get something. The Huskar working on the Ags.
Yeah, you need. He's realizing you don't have a ton of control on this Nouns lineup.
Oh
You've
god,
got the
speaking of
Storm
control,
Hammer.
up top they've got the LSA, they got the Laguna Blade, and they got the Huskar.
Yeah, if you do not control the Fryboys lineup, you just get stunned to oblivion. And other than the Tuskar, you have like no peel. You know, you got one save on your team, and that is it.
Now they're jumping the Sven. Does hit him with the ultimate from Quappa. The hook comes in. He's got him inside of the cogs. But man, this Sven is doing so much damage, but he still falls. Monster kill streak for the Quappa. Now the Viper just right clicking down this bat. He's trying to get up the hill as they get the clockwork too. So they got the big target, but Lil Nouns gets 2 kills in return.
Yeah, I think that's a good investment coming out for Fryboys. You know, Sven.
Oh god, Quap's not done.
Especially if Jed gets this kill. But he's just... Oh, he goes forward with the next blink, and Huskar ulting.
What is going on?
It's controlled by the Bruce split. Sudi in danger. These 3 pandas are running at him. Probably just going to take the tier 1 tower. They do have the tools to re-engage. No ultimate for 10 seconds from the clockwork, though. Yenbur.
I don't know, man. I look at this game, and I just feel like Fryboys are in control. It seems like they just seem to have the tools to take the map slowly away from Little Nouns.
Yeah, they've definitely been able to punch back with force. Lena having her travels finished, so any effects of the laning phase are now gone in terms of her farm. Oh, Steal Your Rune not getting the damage on LGTK before he could blink away. And Bat Rider, a slippery hero to say the least.
Absolutely, he's not alone though.
Onyx and Pain up above. Jet able to blink out. Gets the TP away.
I mean, they've gotten together. I mean, they're controlling this area, and it looks like Fryboys aren't really keen to it. They got the ward there. They stayed in place. Clockwork is able to force staff himself out. Maybe we have another stalemate, but Rem.
Lena. What?
I don't know. I guess you know, if you're going for appetizers, you get the main course, and maybe it's the better of the two.
I didn't know the Huskar was down there too, and the hookshot coming out, landing on Empyrean. Gonna be another kill for Jed.
I do love these hook shots, so active. And in the mid lane, they've got the roll. He's stuck under tower. He's gonna fall for sure. And they do get him.
Yeah, we're seeing Jed go sicko mode here in this game 1. But yeah, using your hookshot off cooldown on Clockwork is one of the keys to playing that hero well. You know, you gotta make moves around the map. You have to make things happen for your cores. And when you have all this damage to pour into these hookshot cogs, like your Lena Quap are just going to be reaping the benefits.
So talk to me about like the game plan for Little Nouns here. Like, you know, it does feel like they're kind of just getting gone on. We did see the Lena fall, but except for that, it does seem, you know, like the game has kind of been in the Fryboys' favor. What is Little Nouns' game plan to like kind of get back in control?
So you have the Ags on the Huskar. Ideally, you want to get the Lena or the Quap as they're split pushing, or you can maybe kill the Brewmaster pre-split.
Yeah, they also have the Orchid, right? On the profit.
Yeah, these are tools that are going to lock down these casters.
Oh, God.
Huskar forward on Azor.
Yeah, he's got it on too. The Panda, they're trying to kill him down there. He does get the split off, and he's got them all split apart. But Viper trying to get the right clicks in. They've got one more Panda to kill. They get him. And Huskar is still alive, getting away, but they get Empyrean in the back lines. It looks like they're not done. Little Nouns is on the chase, but the whole team on Fryboys waiting to counter-initiate on this.
Yeah, I mean...
And Jed, he's found Huskar. Oh, the hookshot does miss. Does he have the damage with the Sonic Wave? He's got the right clicks, but he jumps in, he gets the disarm, but now GTK is here, and the Laguna Blade will finish him off. Quap, he does fall as well, but they got the Gleipnir, they got the damage. The LSA comes out, lands onto 2, but Lena is going to be the one to fall here. Now Clockwork follows him, double kill for the Sven, and they get the Bat Rider on top of the cliff. Little Nouns has a complete team wipe.
Yep. So before we cut off by the action, I was going to say you get a split pusher, kill with the Huskar and the taunt with his Aghanims, and then you just hope to fight them in a choke point with your Sven at some point. And we see the effectiveness of God's Strength post haste in that enclosed space. All that cleave damage just come into play. Now Sven's got BKB. He's gonna have a Blink Dagger soon. You're gonna be able to do that again.
And all of a sudden, we've got like this even game. He's gonna have this DD as well. I mean, at what point are you looking to kind of control Roche? I feel like both teams take Roche pretty well. We haven't seen it really prioritized yet, but I feel like both teams probably could take it. Do you see like kind of a move there actually already started maybe before it even stopped?
I do, and I think Nouns recognize this as they're listening into our cast.
That's got to be what it was, right?
Make the move. Yeah, they make the move to Roshan on the bottom side of the map. First Roche, daytime. He's going to be on the Radiant side. We see God's Strength used immediately. They're just looking to burn this down. But both teams do kind of have like built-in Roshan scouting into their draft with the Clockwork, with the Nature's Prophet. But, they're just not hesitant on the side of Nouns. They know that they are able to punch back against this leading Fryboys draft. They're going to claim Roshan for themselves. Get it on their
They smoked up instantly. They did commit the God Strength, so it's down for another 60 seconds. So I'm kind of glad that they didn't push the objective there. God Strength ending before they probably would have connected.
Yeah, I think maybe they were looking to catch a Fryboys player who could have been scouting ahead for the Roshan. Understanding that they don't want to commit to a full tower push. But honestly, I think they could have taken a 4v4 skirmish without problem.
Yeah, it does seem like Fryboys is kind of playing a little bit more reserved now. You've got the Aegis. I guess maybe you just wait this out. If you're on the side of Little Nouns, you've got this Aegis. What part of the map do you think you should be pressuring?
You've got some vision in the bottom side of the map, but just taking away any safe space for this Lina to continue farming. It's a little difficult now that she has travels. I feel like the top side of the map is not too hard to play into, and it also, if you can take their tier 2 top, that's just going to really solidify the lane lead that you have in that top lane with the tier 1 and tier 2 still existing. So I'd like to see them play in the top jungle, take the top and mid tier 2. But Fryboys, they've been playing cautiously since they lost that 5-person wipe fight in the bottom jungle. They know that they need their BKBs. Jed's been fully absent on the map, just knowing that he needs to farm it out. He gets that completed. He's going to go for the Parasma next, which is a great damage item on this Queen of Pain. And also, Rim, the same vein, just knows that he cannot show up to these fights without a BKB. Farming, very disciplined, staying in the safe spot on the map, but on the top lane,
they've got the brew and they've got him silenced up, and they're not going to be able to get enough damage on him before it. He gets the split. Wow, I thought he was really getting it close there. The LSA onto someone already BKB'd, but Tusk, he's going to fall, and they've got the lasso onto Sven. They try to pull him up on top of the cliff. It's not going to work. He's got the damage. The Bat Rider's running. Nature's Prophet, though, in the trees, a man amongst himself. He does secure the kill onto the Bat Rider. Clockwork will fall as well, and now this Sven. He's got his team around him, but Jed, he's just not going to let him go. He's got the BKB active, but he's going to be the one that got juked, and he's the one that's going to die. They return Jed back to base. What a play from Little Nouns.
Ribs in danger. Blink available in 1 second on the Sven, but I don't think he's going to go too far forward, knowing the Light Strike Array and the Gleipnir are available. Sven will get kited heavily if he's by himself.
Man, that was so tough, man. It looked like Jed was going to be able to get the kill onto that Sven on the high ground. It's just nothing went his way there.
Yeah, that's you blink blind uphill into no vision when there are multiple heroes present on the Queen of Pain, and they have a ton of physical damage. They can cut through.
I'm gonna be honest though, I'm pretty sure he high-fived the other team as he was walking up that hill. Like, he knew everyone was there, but man, he saw blood, and man, I respect it. I respect the play, but he popped the BKB. He tried to leave nothing up to chance. They just locked him down. What can you do?
Yeah, sometimes you gamble and you win big, but you got to take those shots. That's how Fryboys have made it back into this game. And let's see if they can stay in it.
I love these standoffs. Both these teams just always active. It just seems like they're always looking for that next skirmish.
Yeah, Huskar's got the Aegis for another minute. Oh, he's got to have another item coming out soon, right?
He's got something on the way. He's got a full halberd coming.
Yeah. The evasion's going to be nice. Against this Lina.
Clockwork. He showed where he was with the rocket play. They do get the tower, but they do start an engagement. They got the last one. They pulled out the Viper. Clockwork in the background, catching onto the Sven. He's got him pulled back in. Sven gets the kill, but they get the kill onto the Viper, and they're not done. Huskar's jumped in onto the Brew. He's silenced up from the Nature's Prophet, trying to get away. He's not going to be able to. They get the kill. That's 3 down on the side of Fryboys. And just the Viper they were able to get on early on, and they're not even done. Lina, he's running for his life, cutting trees, punched up into the air. He's on the edge. He's got the LSA down, but they take his life. Double kill for Empyrean.
Yeah, I like Fryboys taking that fight and trying to split up the Nouns roster, but it's just not successful, you know. Clockwork had a great hook into the cogs, but I don't think he accounted for the harpoon play on Sven, pulling him back in from the jetpack usage.
Absolutely. Yeah,
Bit
he
of a
got him in the cogs, and then he got out, and then
they find
not so fast. Oh, they got him up top.
Yeah,
that's with the Ags too. So he's locked in place. He's gonna have so many stacks on. There's no way he's getting out of here. They get the kill on the Jed. I guess he gets the consolation with the Nature's Prophet, but
he might pay with his life. He did TP into that. He's gonna have another jetpack use in 5 seconds.
Oh no, you hate to see this. I love that they're not even worried about it. They've got the wave. They're just pushing the tower.
Yeah, like, it's a Clockwork, man. Like, what is he gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
It's certainly not gonna kill any of our towers. He might cut one wave, but then we just bring the Natures back in 15 seconds and kill them. That's why this combination on the Nature's Prophet of the Shard and Orchid makes him so potent. Because I mean, typical game, you're split pushing with one of your cores, you know, and then you juke into the trees after you show on a wave. But they can't do that against this Nature's. He's just able to find you in these juke points in the trees, and then he's going to silence you, and someone else is nearby. Tuskar's got a wide reach between the Blink Dagger, Force Staff, Snowball. You know, he can close gaps extremely well. This gap is closed bottom as they go on. Nature's. Empyrean will fall. LGTK using the Blink, using the lasso. Gonna get the kill. But the Huskar ulting in. On to Clockwork in the back. Hookshot coming out for the extra stun and control, and the Sven gonna pop God Strength onto Rim. And Rim under half health, get cleaved down by Sven. Jed ults, and the split comes off from Zorn. They're on to Sudeep. They're chasing down for. Oh, Son the Button's gonna fall down.
They're gonna
dead
get
for 70.
He's back at the Panda's back. Oh man.
Cage is open.
Double kill.
And the Pandas are dead.
Appreciate you picking up there. Sorry, we're dealing with some team management issues, but yeah, what a good fight. Just another Lil Nouns team wipe.
Yeah, Lil Nouns just riding the momentum of this game. Just peaks and valleys. Really kind of surprised to see them come back from that that deep trench that they were in. And any hopes of a lead from Fryboys now completely eliminated. They're now 6K behind. We see a win probability of 71% for the Radiant.
And now they're the ones removing the towers. They're going into the Tormentor. I mean, I don't know, man. They've lost his last couple fights on Fryboys, and it just feels like there's nowhere safe on the map. Like, these long team fights are just going the way of Lil Nouns every time.
Yeah. I mean, feels like Fryboys, like, they have heroes that make some good space in these team fights, but they just feel like they're made of paper, you know, just getting cut through by this Viper who had an amazing start. You know, he's second net worth, only behind a Sven, who should always be first if he's had a decent start. And Viper is just so tanky with that Mage Slayer.
I mean, nothing against the Brewmaster, but I mean, at some point, this Lina needs to be your top net worth hero, right?
Yeah, I mean that's the hope, but the nature's I mean he's just able to stop any hopes of like a travel split push farming a wide area of the map. I mean, we're looking now. We see Nouns. They are putting the stranglehold on any map that's available to this Lena to farm safely. And Empyrean happy to go forward here, TPing top on a Jed.
Oh
Using
no.
Curse the Old Growth. Gonna scout out Quap. She has the BKB available. Not in danger just yet.
They're
Links
bringing more
forward.
people. They've got the Huskar. They've got the high five up. He kind of set himself up.
He played himself. 100%.
Wow.
I mean, Empyrean's been making these plays. You know, this is an established pattern. He's been scouting for his team, isolating one person, and securing the kill for the rest of his team to kind of cascade into. And Jed just blinks right into the trap. You know, he had BKB, but it's not going to stop his Finn from murdering you.
Absolutely. I mean, I don't know. It kind of felt like Empyrean like set that whole thing up. He hit him with the early silence, gave Jed some confidence to jump back in, but the cavalry was on the way. And they were there by the time Jed jumped back. And we've got a hook shot. They've jumped on the Sven. Jetpack is there, trying to save the racks. Looks like they'll respect it for now.
All right. And they know that you know, God's strength already used up. It's not going to be back for another 20 seconds. Got some BKB available on the Sven, but they really just don't want to fight without that huge increase in damage available. Quap respawning these fights on the high ground tend to go kind of long. You know, if you pin yourself into a bad spot to a respawning Queen of Pain, you could find yourself in more trouble than you bargained for. So Nouns realize that risk and just say, hey, we fought our way back into this game. We have a comfortable lead. Let's not throw it.
Yeah, as you say that, I mean, Fryboys, I think doing what they need to do. They're trying to get a little bit active. Maybe find these heroes split up, but Lil Nouns just seems to be always together. They're always ready for kind of these movements. And they're making their way down towards this Tusk. And they get him. They've got the hook shot. Clockwork catched him. He's got the snowball, but it's going to be on to the Clockwork inside of the cog still. Sven, he's got that God strength. He does commit it. Let's see if they want to do anything about it. Sonic Wave used in the back line. And we've got the lasso onto the Sven.
That's a great kill.
They do get the kill onto the Huskar as well. GTK will fall, but he did hold the Sven in place long enough for them to land the LSA, land the Laguna, and it's a triple kill for Rem.
Yeah, Rem's on fire now. Great kill coming out, and that's your target. You know, if you don't kill the Tusk and you're initiating on them, they're gonna get the save off every time. So finding this Tusk, he almost had enough time to get himself out of dodge. We saw with that snowball play, that rider holding onto the lasso for a BKB'd Huskar Sven, you know. Well, not Huskar. No BKB just yet, but.
And now they get the Aegis. You win the fight, you win the Aegis. I guess that's Dota, right?
Step right up and claim your prize. We also see the banner picked up. Gonna help out a little bit.
Talk to me about this banner, please.
All right, so little objective. Oh, and as I say that,
oh no,
did he destroy it?
But he's got that Hurricane Pike now, so he's got a little bit more to get away.
Where did he place it? Zor had the banner.
I keep hearing that nobody wants this banner, so I need somebody that understands Dota to tell me what's up with this banner. You either love it or hate it, but it sounds like most people hate it.
Yeah, I mean, so it buffs creeps that pass through its area. Like in a perfect world, it increases the strength of the lane that you're pushing, but also it gives a hefty bounty when it's killed. So rather than just giving the enemy team a good chunk of gold, I think Zord just put it down and denied it. Because that thing is gone, and it would have been in the bottom lane. I thought he popped it in the fog of war, but yeah, just Zord deciding not worth and destroys the item.
I mean, I guess if you're gonna destroy an item, I guess that's probably the best one to go for.
Make it one you don't have to buy. Right? Yeah.
Need to.
Yeah, thank you, Samson, for confirming that. Yeah, Zor did deny it. I knew my eyes didn't betray me. Thank you,
I
eyes.
just wanted someone to make use of this thing, man. I have just heard only bad things.
Yeah, man, I think it's just like it doesn't do enough for the bounty that it gives. And now
they're making a
in
move.
that area.
Down bottom, he's got the Glider to hold the Tusk in place. There's so much damage. He's down to half life. Sven is already committed to God Strength. But both sides just kind of sitting in place. Huskar, he's up on the cliff. He's got to TP himself back home.
Yeah, they're trying to keep that blink canceled, and they're doing a great job of it.
They're not done. Another hook shot. The Gleipnir's there, but he dodges it with the Manta. What a play.
Spins in.
They got him. Sven in the backline. Masonic Wave pushing 3 out. Silence up Brewmaster, but he is invisible. The fight just keeps going. Everyone low on life. Huskar jumps in. He's on top of the clock. He's taunted up, and he's killed. Laguna Blade will finish off that Huskar, though. It's a mega kill streak for the Lina. He's just trying to TP himself out of here, but he's stunned up, and he's right-clicked. And they get the first kill. The Aegis is there, but he's going to be the last one left. He's got 3 surrounding him. He does land another LSA, but that's going to be his goodbye present.
Yeah, Rim was absolutely pumping, and then they closed the gap. You know, I really like Fryboys continuing to play aggressively onto the Tusk and keep his blink canceled. But with that overextension onto like the little plateau area, they fought themselves into a choke point that they could not control. And we saw that as the 5-person wipe comes out against Fryboys. It's a lot of experience going the way of Nouns. 5K.
Yeah, I mean, they're taking the top towers. I mean, the racks, too. I mean, they're pushing this base. There's 4 heroes still down there, not committing to buybacks. They're going to lose 2 lanes through this God Strength.
Yeah, I mean, Lina doesn't have the buyback available. Jed doesn't either. Tusk is happily hitting the base. He doesn't care about his buyback status. He just wants to throw his body forward and make a barrier for his Sven and Viper.
Absolutely.
And that, oh my god, that shard on Viper too. Poison attack. Just gonna help you melt those buildings even faster. I think the minus armor on it might be too strong. Like it should maybe have the damage over time, but the armor reduction is just so much.
So what is the max stacks now? What is the max stacks for
bonus max
5?
stacks? You get
so it
2.
goes 7.
Yeah.
So 7, you lose 7 armor just from right clicking you.
Yeah. After the stacks accumulate. Yeah.
He's already doing like 200 or 200 or so damage.
Yeah, just wait till he gets level 25. Then he becomes universal and got pretty heavy stat lineup. 4 items contributing
he absolutely
already.
Does. Yeah. Wow. Okay.
Actually, all 6. Damn. Forgot the stat gain on Orchid and Mage Slayer. Oh, there. What? There was the banner.
You found it.
We did. And Empyrean found it. So the banner was not denied. Folks, you can place it globally.
We were denied.
We were
from
denied.
seeing it.
No banner. Denied.
Dang it.
So I do understand Zorb placing it closer to their base, That way, hopefully you hide it from Nouns a little better than that. But Empyrean getting that hefty gold bounty.
So what's the play here? It does seem like it's a bit of a standoff. Are we waiting for Roche?
Nope, you are going to fight.
Gosh. He's got a hook shot in, but he's instantly silenced. He's inside of his own cogs, but I'm not sure if it's safe. It does seem like it is for now, but Clockwork getting out with the jetpack, and now they're on the back line. Sven with the double, the triple, and they're going for more. They've got 2 pandas down. Oh, they're still down to 1, but the whole team is here. 2 pandas
the shards
run themselves away. I mean, there's only 2 heroes left alive. They're trying to get the kill onto Jed. Maybe he's going to try to cut the wave.
That Swift Blink is doing a lot of work.
They pop the Lincolns. They get the stun. I mean, they're just running this guy down.
Yeah, I mean, Jed doing his damnedest to make some room here. He's got the Arcane Rune, so he's got a little quicker spell casting available to him. Always trying to keep the Sven out of the fight.
He's
onto the Sven. He uses the ult, kiting him out as best as he can, but Jed, can you survive?
Just the jukes into the harpoon. BKB. Oh no, the mega kill streak. The
Oh, we'll see
damage.
the ping coming out on that high ground where it says, "Damn guys, they had a vision on me. Couldn't jump forever."
I mean, I feel like he did as much as he could in that scenario.
Yeah, I mean, you buy a good amount of time. You do not have buyback available on anybody on your team.
Yeah, now the Sven is a bit of low life. I don't know. It doesn't seem like Little Nouns are going anywhere anytime soon as Huskar jumps into the back lane, grabs the Panda, but now the hook shot's there. They've got the Huskar inside the cogs. Are they doing any damage? Huskar says no. He jumps back in. He's got the taunted up Brewmaster. Disarmed as well. The shards will miss. They changed on targets. But Huskar, he goes back. He wants the Brewmaster. Huskar is getting a little bit low. They finally get the Brew, the silence up onto the Clockwork, and now they've got another Harpoon. They're going to blade from the high ground, and they're going to get the Bat Rider double kill for the Sven. And the only thing left is this Lina just hitting from the fountain. It's GG's.
The refresher orb.
And Little Nouns, they're going to take game 1 in this series against Fryboys.
Yeah, just, you know, they had a great recovery in the mid game, but ultimately just not enough lockdown for this Sven, for this Huskar. They fought their way back into it, but then fell just short outside of Lil Nouns' base in the bottom lane. Amazing win coming out from Lil Nouns here, showing that they have the stuff to fight through these tough games and maybe punch their way. I think they could still be alive for making the top bracket in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think there's probably plenty of games. I mean, especially with 4 games per day, I think they can definitely make their way back up. But I mean, what a fun game. I mean, this Clockwork was so active. We saw this Nature's Prophet just like willing to go anywhere and everywhere. Yeah. I mean, they were just diving this Huskar behind the tier 1 mid in the jungle early on. I mean, this game went back and forth. And it was really hard to tell who was going to come out on top at some point.
Yeah, it was definitely a roller coaster of a game 1. But man, Empyrean, I think I would give maybe Empyrean the MVP in this. Maybe Sudeep just after his early game dominance on the Viper. But just a great showing from all of the Lil Nouns players there.
Absolutely. I think they came back too. I think Fryboys had a real control of this game. It felt like they were taking the map away, you know, chip by chip. And they just got a team wipe. And then I feel like that's the only thing they knew how to do from there. Every other fight just seemed like they knew how to team wipe Fryboys.
Yeah. And I mean, hell, aside from team wiping, you just got to hit buildings and then you are, that's Dota, baby. That's all there is.
Dota. And I think we learned, what was it? What did he deny?
No, he did not deny the banner. He placed it globally.
Yeah. So I think if we learned anything, it's that people don't use the banner. And yeah, I think with that, we can throw it back to our panel and see what they can say about breaking down this close game.
Thank you, Yodi. Well, Samson, I think I learned one thing. If you and I predict something, it's not a panel predict. You know, our panel prediction so far is 100%, and I think we can end the season right there, right? Hoorah!
Yeah, we don't need to guess any further.
Yeah. Oh no, we forgot to predict. That's the voice line from now on, right? We can all agree to that one. But overall, I do agree. The game was kind of back and forth. Overall, I think it just comes down to that lane control, and it does feel kind of bad that they had the Roshan's banner. But overall, losing out the game like that, it happens, right?
Yeah, I was actually really impressed that like Lil Nouns were able to come back. I think if you're behind on Huskar and behind on Viper, it does not feel great. But their safe lane with the Natures and the Sven, I think they can just economically like control any game. They can make sure their team has enough net worth that the Viper and Huskar, despite like being behind, it didn't matter. Like the Sven had enough net worth to keep it even. And this Tusk again, the Tusk is beautiful.
I love snowballs, you know, and it's still winter, so why the hell not? But yeah, I do have to agree. I think it just came off the back of the Sven just riding and coattailing. Do we have results from our other series that are simultaneously going on? Or did this match just go off so fast? as we are trying to work on and check on Liquipedia. We have the results on screen shortly, I believe.
I can
Yodi
tell.
Brody. Okay, so yeah, Yodi Brody Nexus has won their game against Astro. The Honored Vanguard also won one so far against Cope Dow. Sporkface Killers are leading 1-0 against Dinos. Of course, we saw Little Nouns win 1-0 against Fryboys. And Bog or Bullish on Gaming versus Pronouns is still going on. And surprise, surprise, Continuum forfeit their match against the Chompix boys. It's not looking good for the Continuum guys, but you know, it could be worse. I don't know. Might not be.
They're 4-10 at this point, so they could end up being the bottom team. Little Nouns is currently the bottom team, but they just got a dub. So
maybe not after this one. And speaking of Little Nouns and of course Fryboys, we do have a draft in front of us. These guys don't have no chill, you know. We just put them in lobbies and we're like, okay, you have 10 minutes to chillax and relax, get a coffee, you know, fill up on some burgers. Nah, hell no. Roll the next one. It's just like they're playing pubs. Is that the right mentality, or do you like to stretch out your break time as much as you can when you compete?
You know, if everybody's ready, let's go. I like to talk about the game after it happened. Maybe a little bathroom break, but then I'm ready.
Interesting. No. I'm usually the chill type, I guess. Back from the Dota 1 days, I remember eating during matches. Like that's how chill Dota 1 used to be. Now you guys, the young ones, the youngins, they just want to go. I wanna crack at them. I think you guys watch way too much Sir Action Slacks and the Pretty and Flax streams. And this is what happens, you know, you're just hopped up on adrenaline. One more game. I need to win. I can't go to sleep without the W. And I just don't understand it. No, I used to have pho, you know, in my right hand, and I took the mouse to my left. I was clicking on the lane. Okay, hero goes here. Shift Q and then take over the mouse with my knuckles while still eating at the same time. That's just how you do it, you know? And then you have a hot dog in your left hand and you're just leaning. And you just have the hot dog here, and that's how you play Dota. Like, I don't understand this macroing BS and pressing everything. Just put me
Just run
back
at
on
people.
legacy keys and you know, let me just, you know, try and scroll my cursor on my items and then just keep on checking. Like that's the tempo I want back in Dota.
Oh no, that reminds me of a Sir Action Slacks hotkeys video with Purge.
That's a good one though.
Oh my
That's one
gosh.
for the ages.
Ugh.
But I do believe we are through phase 1. If we can have the draft back, that would be great. For a minute. Thank you so much. Thank you, Connie. And with the Doom and the Phoenix start out coming out from Little Nouns, isn't that a bit counterintuitive going for that one? And then you banned the Faceless Void yourself. I think that would have been a great follow-up for the Supernova.
I will say Faceless plus Doom is very slow. Like those are both late game heroes. I think the Doom plus Phoenix makes you not scared about like almost any late game. Like that's a big like team fight ult and a big just single target ult. Yeah, big ult buttons for Lil Nouns. Fryboys almost the opposite, really. A little cooldown stuff.
Great on the address so far as they roll out with the Earth Spirit.
Another, I think I remember seeing a lot of Phoenix ults plus like the Earthshaker ult. Just all of that AoE damage is super annoying.
But is it making sense with the Magnetize as well?
Yeah,
or
yeah,
are
yeah.
we're just going straight into the back line, right? So that's the kind of the idea. Or if people are just running away from the Supernova, I still want to catch them, and that's why I'm going for this combo. As I like the Timber against these three.
Yeah, seems like you might have forgotten about that one.
That's pretty good because all three of these heroes so far is strength, right?
Phoenix might be a universal, but
right, true. You are
strength gain.
I don't know. As someone who plays this guy as a main, I don't really care. If you're universal in strength, you're always welcome in my party.
Yeah. Phoenix is a universal, but has 3.3 strength gain per level.
Oh, there's just so much good stuff to steal right then and there. And yeah, with Whirling Death, I do believe death is coming from the Fryboys lineup. Timbersaw is usually offlane still in this patch, as far as I'm aware. And
Yeah, I think we
we've
saw
here at it.
one mid yesterday.
Yeah, so once or twice we see it, but in the games I've seen so far, it's usually on the offlane and just cutting down trees. Interestingly enough, when the Treant Protector was like super meta, I didn't really understand why we're not just picking Timbersaw all the time. But yeah, back
He was
then, it
that
like,
bad. He was that.
Is
nerfed.
that trash?
Well, because
But-
the armor was so bad that the natures would just click you, and he would click you so hard.
Yeah.
So yesterday we saw the counter to the Timber being like a Tusk plus ranged hero, but I know Empyrean, his Phoenix is godly, so I would be surprised if they put the Phoenix to 4 and got a Tusk, but the Phoenix should probably still be okay against the Timbersaw.
Wait, we're reading that this Earth Spirit is going to be on the mid lane? That's crazy.
That's the only time I've seen it on recently. I guess with the Doom,
Crazy.
that's
Insanity.
a sad lane.
I don't like the Earth Spirit mid lane ever since the Rolling Boulder nerf. I'm just not impressed. You gotta wake up earlier in the morning to impress me, so overall it's fine, but you know, you gotta impress me. I'm still on the panel, so if I'm not impressed, I guess half the audience is sleeping. And with the puck, that should be the mid lane. Now that looks like a hero. I've seen that one before, walking around on the mid. Good counter to the Wind Ranger. IMO holds them in with the Dream Coat during the wind runs. And could find some decent control here.
The late game of Lil Nouns is very scary, I think. They have amazing ults. Like all of their ultimates are good. So definitely the Timbersaw and the Wind Ranger are going to be running at these guys. It's going to be a question if they can stop them. I think after you lose a game 1, that's what you want in your game 2 is run at people. Maybe that's it depends on the first game, but I would not mind running at people after losing game 1.
Same time, DK for the ban and the Earth Spirit and the Earth Spirit as well. I think both teams are looking for carries by this time. Unless we want to see Wind Ranger carry, which I am done with by the end of this day. My previous series of the day, I've seen a few Wind Ranger carries, and let me tell you, I'm not impressed. I think, I come from the school of thought of the Siraction Slacks, so Wind Ranger pickers are scum, and they should get low priority every day of every week of every time when they pick this hero. It's just stupid, and it's still stupid. And besides playing it in the Stockholm Major and playing it position 5, I will not accept it as a hero to exist.
They all think they can land all their shackle shots, but
well, they can't. This is
They
not
can't.
League of Legends. No matter how a lot of low players like their point target and their skill-based heroes, no, you cannot land your shackle shot. You will miss your power shot and play Mirana and Pudge. And if you can't hit those, you will not play Wind Ranger. Period. And Lena
Another
carry
Lena
once
carry.
again. I guess it can work out. You know, Copium.
yeah,
Or
I
maybe
like it a lot
just
better than last game.
Maybe just both of these teams like redheads. I don't know. I can't read drafts. But yeah, going in with this one. I do agree. I think it has a better time against the Timbersaw. Last time, what was against? It was against the Viper,
Tusk
right?
Viper. Yeah.
Yeah, that just doesn't sound great. But Timbersaw, you can stop him with the Light Strike Raiment. Timber Chain. Pugna should be the one coming to your lane, I guess.
With the Timber.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds good.
You're okay. You can shake things off. They decrepify themselves, you just dragon slave them. They decrepify you, then that's a different problem.
Ooh.
Oh,
There's another problem. The
PL.
PL.
Oh, bitch, please. I mean, but PL.
I gotta say, overall, very lacking in the stun department. The Vinge plus.
Though
Doom
they're
Ranger.
hoping that they will land. Jed is hoping that he will land every shackle, right?
And he will. He will.
Will he?
I
I'm not
believe
so
in
sure.
the Jed Wind Ranger.
Oh, you're going Fryboys for the second one? My
I
boy,
didn't say that
Samson.
yet. I don't actually. No. I believe in Lil Nouns.
Samson.
Timber
We
plus
gotta have a
PL?
chat off stream.
No.
They're going for the Wind Ranger with the Arcana.
I
I'm
believe in the Wind
disappointed.
Ranger, but I believe in Lil Nouns.
Yeah, I'm going Lil Nouns as well. And with our panel prediction so far, 100%. Gaben, please keep it 100%. We shall see what the casters think. Yodi Brody and Malibu, I hope you're ready for this one.
Thank you, Dodie and Samson. We're into another game here. It sounded like they were on the Lil Nouns again. What do you see in this game, Malibu? Why are they so sure on Little Nouns?
I mean, so personally, PL's got like a 66% win rate here in season 6 since the group stages have started. I like the hero. I think he's in a decent spot right now. But Lil Nouns, they have the toolkit to deal with this illusion-based hero. I mean, you've got Puck, so you've got the instant silence, you've got the Dream Coil to deal with them. A hero that's not foreign to building Maelstrom, also with the attack on phase shift. You've got Lena. Renowned Maelstrom builder herself, gonna get that flash farm. Spells burn through these illusions as well. Silence from the Earth Spirit and Phoenix. If you get hit with that Fire Spirit, makes you want to pop that the Doppelganger just to get the dispel off. So they've got the tools to make PL's life hell. But
Is there any play? Is there any play here with the Ags Doom too? I'm not really sure how that interaction goes with PL.
Yeah, the AOE Ags, the AOE Doom from the Aghanim Scepter, super strong. Also you could use the Earth Spirit to kind of kick your Doom into it before Blink Dagger. Though by the time your Doom has an Ags, you're probably gonna have some initiation tools on your side as well. Probably a Blink with the Doom, but just always that little bit of interactivity between the heroes on your lineup.
I mean, it seems like they've got a lot for it. Jeez, everything was hit onto this Doom, even the power shot from deep. And the first blood, picking off right where they started last game. A kill before the first minute goes to the Fryboys.
Yeah, this is a hero that really wants that early gold too. You get your Timbersaw an early start, an early lead. He can just shove down this tower, cut the waves, and make Lena's life a hell. Much like we saw Lena suffer last game. Not quite Viper levels of punishment, but a buff Timbersaw is definitely scary.
Absolutely. We did see the Lena, I felt like, did pretty well on the opposite side last game. But I'm kind of curious how you feel about this PL, because let's say that the Fryboys do get away with what they need to. At what point is this PL maybe just going to be too much for Little Nouns to handle?
All of these heroes on the side of Nouns, they need their mana to operate in these fights. So you get a Diffusal, you can cause a lot of problems in these mid-game skirmishes. And Rim's farming patterns are great. We saw his ability to recover on Lena. He's going to be able to play it the same way on the PL. I'm not really too familiar with the tech regarding... I don't think this hero would build a Vlad's and then disassemble it later. But he could benefit from the mana regen. He might just go for a Basilius, or he might just ignore it altogether because you do have the Pugna available to kind of give you mana as you need.
Yeah, these Fire Spirits are extremely annoying too. Like messing with this last sets.
Right. Yeah, you can use the Doppelgang to kind of dispel one of them, but you got to choose sparingly because that's a long cooldown for the laning stage.
For sure. How do you see this mid lane going? They seem to be pretty even so far. Do you think one side has the advantage in this matchup?
If Sunbun, if he's able to phase shift the power shot, then he gets ahead for sure. I could see Jed eking out ahead with the Wind Ranger's changes to. She's now Universal Hero instead of her old intelligence-based hero. Just gonna get a little more damage than the puck. So the last hitting could be